Number 10. Freeze your spending. Freezing your spending allows you to save more money than you thought you had. Practicing a spend freeze does not mean you don't buy anything at all. It means spending money on absolute essential needs, such as food, medical emergencies, utilities, rent, and transportation. A spend freeze means that besides the essentials, you don't spend on anything else. Don't buy clothes, no theater, no fast food purchases, etc. That is not to say it is easy. Money is a bad temptress and can make you go into a spending frenzy. To test the waters, start with a one-day spend freeze. Then, keep increasing from one day to a weekend. Before you know it, you'll have spent $0 in a month, besides buying essentials. It feels good to put money in your bank account that you would have otherwise used on things you don't need. Number 9. Live within your means. No matter how much money you earn, living beyond your means is a recipe for disaster. There's no reason to live in a $7 million mansion that you will pay the mortgage for the rest of your life. Warren Buffett is a billionaire and lives in a house that currently has a market cost of $625,000. To stay out of debt, live within your means. You can rent a small house as you save money to buy the house you want. For example, if you want to buy a $1 million house in 5 years, discipline yourself to save $200,000 a year. Within 5 years, you will have had enough money to buy your house without incurring any debt. Number 8. Rent your spare rooms. Are you strapped for cash and you have rooms in your house that you're not using? You are wasting your money paying rent for a 2-bedroomed house if you only use one of them. If the place you live is at a strategic location to your work and other essential facilities, and you don't want to move, consider renting out your spare bedroom. A 2-bedroom house averages $1,207, while a 1-bedroom rents at an average of $979. That is a $228 difference. Let's say you find a roommate and charge them $400. You can save on your rent and have money to spare. Now, it's worth noting that not everybody qualifies as a roommate. You don't know the type of people you invite into your house. You could come across a typical Karen or an axe murderer. That's why it's important to vet your potential roommates before you can make a final decision. Better yet, you can find someone you know and sublet to them and put the money towards your goal to save for a house. Number 7. Cut your expenses. That means no morning coffee at Starbucks or the Waffle House special. Now don't pout. You'd still get to enjoy your breakfast. Only it won't be from foil paper. It'll be from your own kitchen. Cutting your expenses doesn't just come from going on a fast food strike. It also means lowering your energy costs by implementing energy-saving strategies, such as using LED light bulbs or taking a 3-minute shower. For example, an LED light bulb can give you 25,000 hours of service compared to the 2,000 hours you get when you use incandescent bulbs. You can also cut back on your grocery costs by going for things that are on sale or choosing generic over brand names. Buy the things that are essential to your everyday life and say goodbye to the ones that you can do without. That money adds up pretty fast, and you may find that at the end of the year, your retirement savings are several $1,000s richer. This doesn't mean you live like a pauper. It means that you're practicing simple living for the greater financial good. You retire early and pursue talents you never even knew you had. Number 6. Put your financial priorities in order. We imagine it would be difficult to achieve your goals if you had no priorities. Therefore, it's important to have an idea of how to go about setting your financial priorities. This also requires you have decisive, actionable ways on how to go about achieving your goal. For example, you can set a goal to save $4,000 a month for 3 years. This is no small feat, especially if you're a low to middle income earner. You can do it, but it requires strict discipline and giving up on a lot of things to enable you to retire early. A survey done by DOWNGRADE shows that only 18% of people surveyed mentioned saving as their top priority. 21% said that repaying debt was their top priority, while 38% prioritized paying their bills first. While they are all good priorities, the first one should be to pay yourself first. This means putting money aside for your future, then your bills, followed by debt repayment. Setting your priorities right enables you to achieve the goals you've set. If you decide to save $10,000 by the end of this year, that's a financial priority you should take seriously. What goals did you set at the beginning of the year, and how are you prioritizing them? We'd love to know your opinion in the comment section below. Number 5. Downgrade your cell phone plan. Cell phone plans are expensive and cost you more than you would like them to. For example, if you have a T-Mobile plan with 3 lines, it would cost you $155, while you would pay $75 if you were using 1 line. The question is, what are you doing with 3 lines if you're not a businessman? Cell phone plans can eat into your money and cause you headaches every month when you try paying your phone bill. If you want to save money, lowering your cell phone plan can go a long way in helping you save money. This easy tip can be applied when you feel like you want to change your cell phone plan and downgrade to a more affordable one that doesn't waste your money. Number 4. Calculate price in hours. The day you learn how to calculate the price in hours is the day you say bye-bye to impulse buying. Returning an item or a product doesn't feel like too much of a hassle, especially when you use your credit card. This is because you're not parting with cold, hard cash. Instead of looking at the price tag and seeing a short of $300, try calculating the expense in hours. For example, let's say you work 5 hours a day at $8 an hour. You would earn $40. If you wanted to buy a handbag that's $700, you would have to work 87 hours to afford that item. This means you would work for 17.5 days to raise the money to buy that item. The question you should ask yourself is the item worth the hours worked? If you feel those hours are too many, ditch the item. You may feel disappointed at the moment, but when you get over it, you'll be glad you applied this tip to help you save money, which feels better than the short-lived happiness you would feel by shopping. Number 3. Round off your dollars. I bet you haven't heard this recently, but rounding off your dollars can help you save money pretty fast. This is because the money that you're rounding off counts as part of a budget, when in the real sense, it's extra money that you can save. Here's how to do it. If you're buying a pack of toilet paper for $31.32, round it off to the nearest whole, which makes it $32. Put the list in your budget as $32, which makes you have a surplus of 68 cents. If you have more items that you're buying, round off the amount to the nearest whole. These little amounts add up pretty fast, and before you can blink, you have a whole lot of extra moolah. When you're writing your budget down, ensure you include all the rounded off money to ensure that after you're done with your shopping, there is an extra amount left for saving. Leave the store quickly so you don't get tempted to use your surplus money, and put it in a savings jar or your bank account. This trick can save you money fast. Number 2. Stay debt-free. Debt is the mother of all misery. When you're in debt, you can never be free, because every time you get some money, it leaves your hand almost immediately. You're never able to enjoy your money. For example, when you have credit card debt, you pay interest if you don't pay a full month's amount. You can pay an interest of up to 17.85%. And don't forget the interest is calculated at a daily rate. Besides credit card debt, stay away from home loans, car loans, and student loans by repaying them as soon as you can. Also, refrain from borrowing money from friends and family. Besides being indebted to them, you'll have strained relationships with those you hold dear. Before we get into the number 1, make sure to check out the links in the description for our best recommendations to boost your savings. Number 1. Cut down on groceries. Groceries eat into the budget hard. A family of 4 spends an average of $855 on groceries per month. The grocery budget is the 3rd largest in many households. Because homes are different, you can find out what works for you and use it to cut the cost of groceries. These include buying groceries that are on sale and save $3 to $4 on a purchase. Buy groceries in bulk to save money. Buy vegetables and fruit when they're in season. You'll always have fresh, cheaper ones. Say no to the temptation of throwing a bag of chips, a candy bar, or snacks that you hadn't planned for. Also, using up what's in your pantry before loading it up again helps you make less frequent trips to the grocery store, hence saving you money. These savings deemed too little add up pretty fast, and you find yourself saving a decent amount of money every month. Be a smart shopper and get some cash back in your wallet. Make sure to check out the next video. You're going to get a ton of value from this one. See you there.